Patricia Clarkson, principal at Crystal City High School, and you're watching the Javelina Network.
I'm Moses Ibarra.
And I'm Coach Science.
And we're here watching the Javelina Network. What is the Javelina Network, you ask? Here to tell us about it is Coach Science. So Coach Science, what exactly is the Javelina Network?
Okay, the Javelina Network is a new broadcasting news feed that we just started this year. It's actually been in the works for a couple years now, and it's finally great to have it going. But it's actually a class. It's actually a news feed that's ran by my multimedia classes.
So exactly how do you all create a news feed, and when will it air?
Okay, so how we do it is the kids will go ahead and I have two classes. They're roughly about 25 people in each class, and we have nine different segments that we have everybody broken into. So it equals out about three people per group, or more or less. There might be a few here and there. Some of the segments that we do, we have How Tough Can It Be, which is going to be a segment where the kids will go out and actually try something that somebody's good at, and basically it's for comedy. We'll also have sports and weather, and then we also have one called A Day in the Life Of, which is going to be highlighting careers. Every single week there'll be a different career. But as far as everything goes, the class is actually in charge of editing and shooting, importing, and scripting all the video that will be eventually cut up when they get over here.
Where does all the editing take place?
Okay, I'm glad you asked that. The editing takes place actually in my classroom that we're in right now. This is actually the home of the Javelina Network right here that we're sitting in. It's still a work in progress right now, just because we started from scratch. I mean, everything that you see and everything that you're going to see here this year is everything started from scratch. So it's going to be, we had to come up with our own name. We had to come up with our own logo. And as we speak right now, Woodshop, Mr. Sedna's class, is actually building us a anchor table right now. And we're still waiting for some more equipment to come in as well. So everything that you see is done from this Mac lab right here.
How did you guys come up with the name Javelina Network?
Okay, how we came up with the name is, we threw some ideas around. We brainstormed class by class. We had multiple names in mind, and basically we just took a class consensus, and Javelina Network is the one that won over.
How have your students reacted to this new network?
Oh, the kids are loving it. I mean, everybody's bought into it. I know at first, when we first started up, they were kind of, you can see they were kind of a little deer in the headlights look, like they seemed like they were a little overwhelmed, and it seemed like a big task to go on since it was a brand new program. But you know what? Nowadays, I mean, needless to say, there's no motivation that I have to do. Every single day we walk in, everybody's ready to go to work and get the job done. So
exactly when will the show air?
Okay, the show will air every Tuesday, and I know there's probably some people wondering, well, why every Tuesday and not every single day? Well, just for the sake of editing and cutting and everything, it's almost impossible. We don't have enough hours in the day to do that. But one class, we just rotate classes. So my third period class will do 1 week, and then my sixth period class will do the following week, and it just rotates every single week. So yeah, it'll be in the cafeteria on Tuesdays, and I know there has been other people that have been asking, okay, what if my mom or dad wants to see it at home? We also have our web link on at the Crystal City homepage. We have our Javelina Network link right there, where you can also see every single video cast that we've done. So.
All right, finally, Coach, what is something you want your students to take away from this class?
Okay, one thing I'd like my students to take away from this class is just to keep an open mind about careers. I know for a fact that there were some people that were just, for whatever reason, just placed in this class and had no idea what it was. And so I want them to keep an open mind, and who knows, maybe it'll strike their interest, and maybe one day we'll see them on the 10 o'clock news. That, as a teacher, I think that'd be the ultimate accomplishment for me.
Well, Coach, we thank you very much for your time and what you do for us. I'm Moses Ibarra, and you're watching the Javelina Network.
Okay, I hope everybody enjoys the show, guys.
Enjoy.
All right, thank you.
This is Coach Hernandez, and you're watching the Javelina Network.
excellent job returning kicks today. What was going through your mind that moment?
Nothing really, just run and try to score. And well, my blockers did an excellent job, blocking, so it gave me a good chance of trying to score.
How would you grade your overall team performance tonight?
A-, because this week we kind of went drag, but in the game we put out towards the end, so
All right, with me right now we have JD, strong safety for the mighty Javelinas. So JD, you had a huge interception in the first half, which was a big game changer. What was going through your head at that time?
Well, not much was going through my head that time. I just knew that I saw that open field for a TD, make the momentum going for my team.
How did it feel to make that key tackle on that 2-point conversion attempt?
It felt pretty awesome. I felt like I had to step up for my team and stop them and get that clutch moment in there. But since it was my last year too playing these guys, I felt we had to come out to win, make a big play, and we got them.
With us tonight we have Coach Sanford, secondary coach for the mighty Javelinas. First off, Coach, what a great game. The defense really stepped up and did their job. How would you credit them today?
I'd have to say halftime adjustments and their will to fight. They never gave up, even in the second half. Didn't look like we were tired, and they pulled through.
Yeah. Defensively, how would you grade your team?
Probably B plus, B minus C plus. We bent in the first half. We didn't break, and we collected ourselves for the second half and played together as a team to really close the door on them.
The mighty Javelinas today really showed their explosiveness, scoring 42 points. How would you describe their performance in one word, or in your own words?
Well, in one word to describe how our offense performed tonight would be perseverance. It looked real shaky at the beginning. We gave up a quick touchdown and turned the ball over twice before we were able to punch one in. It takes perseverance to overcome those errors, if you would. And our offense is that we have that attitude that we can overcome bad things. We've done it all year. We're 2 turnovers away from being 4-0 at this point in the season. Having given the ball up inside the red zone on several occasions in our season opener and against Cotula that cost us. But we didn't let that stop us tonight. The kids rallied around Mankin, and our offensive line did a great job opening holes. It wasn't just those individuals, it was a team effort tonight. Offensively, we had big catches late in the game for a big first down with Javi Guzman catching that slant. Daniel Cisneros had a great game offensively. He had a big catch in the first half to give us the first down to keep the drive alive.
Coach, what do you have planned to keep this green machine going, especially with this bye week coming up?
Well, we're going to focus mainly on getting healthy. Anybody you see, we had several of our warriors out. They were in street clothes. We had starters not here. We had one young man miss a couple of games. So our main focus is going to be getting healthy, and we're going to sharpen up on fundamentals.
Tonight's game was exciting. It was down to the This wire. Is Evan Mata, nose guard and fullback for the Javelinas.
Well, we started off weak. We started off real slow, and then we got the hang of it, started driving, and then the defense just stepped it up.
Here's a snap. Quarterback keeper.
Were you trying to send a message to the Warriors, or what were you trying to do?
Nah, well, the team needed it. We needed tackles, we needed big plays, so I kind of just stepped it up and like the wood.
This is Coach Savino, Special Teams Coordinator for the Crystal City Javelinas. Coach, special teams really came up big tonight. Did they meet your expectations?
Well, I always expect my special teams to at least score a touchdown, but with that said, we had really great field position, and I think if we didn't have a great special teams game, the outcome might have been a little bit different. Not saying it was all special teams, but you have to have 3 aspects to the game: offense, defense, and special teams. I think we did great in all aspects of the game tonight. Other than that, I think Daniel had a great game returning the ball. He returned it down to 10, almost broke it for a touchdown. Ingram had no answer for what we did, on offense, special teams or defense. So I'm really proud of the fellas tonight and the coaching staff.
Hello, Crystal City High School. This is Isaias with Ismael, and here we have Officer Segura to interview about campus security.
So, Mr. Segura, what is your day-to-day routine?
Usually routine, we do not follow routine. Usually what we do, I ensure that the gates are open and some have to be closed. I check the students' parking lot, the teachers' parking lot, the hallways. You just make sure everything is safe for all the students and teachers and parents and visitors coming into the campus.
Do you have a supervisor here or not?
Chief Flores would be the supervisor.
Okay. Tell us about the school surveillance, the cameras. Are they on the whole time? Are they monitored? Does anyone?
The cameras are always recording, and Mr. Delgado is monitoring. He has monitors in his office. He monitors if we need to. If there's an incident or an accident that we need to review, we can go back and review at that time.
Sir, you see a student pull out a gun, what would you do?
I would try to stop the threat as soon as possible.
Okay, how would you deal if it was a girl or a boy? Do you deal with them differently, or?
I would use either the same amount of force if necessary, or whatever amount of force I would need to use at that.
What dangers do you encounter on a daily basis, and how do you keep the school safe?
Usually there's not too many dangers, just we need to be careful with people coming from the outside that that are not students or teachers. We just keep an eye on them, and we just try to ensure the safety of the students with anything that might occur during the school hours or after school hours as well.
Well, that's all we have. We'd like to thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir.
These were public servant announcements reporting for the Javelina Network. How do you feel about your safety in school?
I feel real safe and secure, especially we have a Segura here around the campus.
How do you feel
in school?
School security, are you safe?
Yeah, I feel pretty safe around school. I mean, it's good. It's a good school to be around.
What about you? It's a good school.
Stay in school, kids. Don't do drugs.
How do you feel about your safety in school?
I feel pretty safe in school.
Is there anything that you would worry about here?
Not really.
How do you feel about our school security?
I think school security is really pretty good.
How do you feel about your safety in school?
I think over the years things have got like more strict, so yeah, I feel pretty safe now.
Hola, soy la señora Bustamante y están viendo the Javelina Network.
Here with us today is Coach Ray Flores. Coach Flores currently teaches Cosmetology 1 and Intro to Cosmetology here at CCHS. We are proud to announce that he is our very first Teacher Spotlight of the week. So Coach, being year 2 of the Cosmetology program here at CCHS, how do you feel these classes will benefit the students currently enrolled in them?
Well, it will benefit them because they're going to have a cosmetology license by the time they graduate. And we treat this class like a job. We have to come in, clock in. When they walk in, that's the first thing they do, they clock in. And right before they leave, they have to clock out too. Their hours are very crucial that they are clocked in and clocked out when they leave.
So Coach, how did Crystal City High School come to the decision of creating this program?
I know Ms. Clarkson, the last school she worked for, they had a cosmetology program. Mr. Burkhart and her talked about it, and they approached me about the program and asked me if I could run the cosmetology program. And Mr. Burkhart had a big part in bringing all of this together the way it is.
What are some of the activities you perform daily?
Well, like I said, first thing is you walk in, you clock in, and we go upstairs. We have our classroom upstairs. We do a lot of our theory is done upstairs, and then once we finish with our book work, we come down and then we do our practical work down here with our mannequins. Or we're starting to have people to come in already and do services on them.
So Coach, if I was an incoming freshman wanting to enroll in this cosmetology program, what would I need to know and expect?
Well, you would need to know, the biggest misconception is that you walk in and you're just going to play with the mannequins and do people's hair, makeup, nails, and do all of that. but we do have a lot of bookwork. With the intro class does spend a lot of time upstairs.
Being a CCH graduate yourself, what are some of your best memories of high school?
Well, it had to be football. We beat Carrizo. We hadn't beaten Carrizo in like 20 years before we beat them my senior year. It seemed like we had won the Super Bowl. I mean, that had to be the highlight of my high school memories. Being with my coaches and my friends here.
Well, Coach, we thank you very much for spending your time with us.
Austin Gomez.
I'm Moses Ivada, reporting for the Javelina Network.
We are the CCHS Varsity Cheerleaders, and you're watching the Javelina Network!
Partly cloudy with a high of 103. Tomorrow, isolated thunderstorms with a low of 74 degrees. Tomorrow, you're looking at a high of 101 with a isolated thunderstorms and a 30% chance of rain. Looking at the radar, we have isolated storms near the Bracketville area and are moving westward towards Uvalde. Looking at the 5-day forecast, there will be isolated thunderstorms through Saturday with a chance of 30% of rain. For the remainder of the week, average high around 100 and average low of 70. This weather report is brought to you by the Weather Channel.
Hello, my name is Mr. Bonilla, and you're watching the Javelina Network.
Good morning, Crystal City High School. I'm here with Ms. Clarkson to discuss of how hard it is to be a principal. So, Ms. Clarkson, what do you like about your job?
I like a lot of things about my job, but most of all, I like working with the students and the teachers. I love watching people learn because I really think that that's exhilarating to watch new things come into the mind and watch your lights come on and say that aha moment. I just love it, and I learn so much every day.
Good. If you could change one thing about your job, what would it be?
If I could change one thing about my job, that's a good one because I like my job the way it is. So it's hard to decide what to change. I probably would change the fact that I want lots of money so that I can build a school to dream for and have the students say that this is a place to die for because you really want to be here. So I would change the fact that I want billions of dollars to make an incredible school.
So how can you compare yourself to your students, Miss?
I compare myself to my students in that I never forgot being a student in high school. And I think students and teenagers love life and enjoy having fun and want to learn having fun and learn new things. And I compare myself to them in that sense that I love learning, whether it be academics, because, who really wants to go to class? But whether it be academics or whether it just be sports or but I believe in having fun. And I think the students believe in having fun. I believe that you should play hard, learn hard, work hard, and rest hard. Everything you do in life, do it with gusto. And I see that in the students, that they believe in doing things with gusto. So guys, study hard. Study as hard as you do with having fun.
What's a typical day for you, Ms. Clarkson?
A typical day is in the morning, coming in, clocking in, greeting the students in the cafeteria, phone calls from parents, central office calling to give me things that they need done, teachers coming in, walk through in classrooms, observing the classrooms, paperwork, and pretty much dealing with students most of the day.
That's good. How do you think your juniors will do in the tax?
Awesome. They're going to kick butt. They're just going to put the pencil to the paper and they're going to all be commended. Of course. Of course. They were born brilliant. Of course.
Yes, we are. Well, thank you for your time, Miss Clarkson.
You're welcome.
I'm Eliana and you're watching the Javelina Network.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time.
CCHS volleyball fan. So Carol, we're doing a segment called How Tough Can It Be? How tough is it really to serve a volleyball?
Well, I've been doing it for about 6 years. It's tougher than it looks.
So in a typical game, how many aces do you serve?
Well, I serve about maybe 6 to 7 aces per game.
Wow, 6 to 7, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna turn the tables on to you. So how hard is it to serve for you?
Man, it really is tough. You saw us out there, we were horrible. I give y'all credit for everything y'all practice. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to do this interview. I'm Ryan Jimenez.
I'm Carol Diaz.
And you're watching the Javelina Network.
So you're getting your nails done for tonight?
Yes.
Where is this place? It looks really nice.
It's a high school cosmetology class.
And look at these colors, they're so pretty.
I know, I like them a lot too.
So who's doing your nails?
I am.
Everybody just have a good time. I can finish. And we gon' make you lose your mind. Yeah. We just wanna see you shake that.
I'm Coach Tapia, head coach of the Crystal City Varsity Volleyball team. So, Coach Tapia, after your first loss against Divine, how did you feel afterwards?
I was pretty disappointed that the girls didn't take advantage of the opportunities they were given in the game. We had several situations where we could have taken control of the game and didn't. And basically, I just wish that we could have a do-over. Of course, we don't get those kinds of situations whenever we're out there, but I wish they had gotten it together. That was the biggest thing that we needed to have done that night.
I know you guys played Divine for the second time in district. You as a coach, do you feel confident in your team?
I knew that they could beat them the first time. I really wish they had put forth the best team they could have. What I like about this upcoming game is that they get a chance to redeem themselves, and so I'm looking forward to see that. I know that they're working really hard to fix those things, and they're working hard to try to get everything together for especially that game. Not just the other games.
And what improvements do you think your team could do more to win the game?
Aside from the typical physical stuff, working on hitting, working on passing, and so on, I think our biggest thing that we need to work on is our attitude and our confidence. I really hope that these girls take all of our talks seriously. We do a lot of team building, we do a lot of talking, discussing, game plan and what we need to do, and if they can get their confidence together and they can really help each other out to be confident when they're on the floor and bring out the best in each other, they'll do great.
Thank you. My name is Maria Rodriguez, signing off with the Javelina Network. Here we have two senior captains from the Crystal City volleyball team. We have Christine Castillo, setter and strong side hitter. We have Selena Sonora, defensive specialist and outside hitter. How do y'all feel losing your first district game against Divine?
I feel like we weren't playing to our full potential, and that if we come in again into the next game against them at home, that we'll definitely beat them with the way we're practicing now.
I feel like when we walked on the court, we felt defeated already when we hadn't even started playing.
And both of you, are y'all confident in your team of winning the next game against Divine?
I'm very confident in my team, and I believe that we have so many leaders in our team, and everybody steps it up. It's not just one person, and I think we'll do good this season.
Since we lost the first round, I feel like we're going to come out more aggressive and our hearts are going to want to beat them.
Being two senior captains on the varsity team, what roles do you feel like you both need to take?
I feel like we need to stay positive and pick each other up no matter what the situation is.
I need to be more of a leader and just believe in my teammates.
Thank you. This is Maria J. Rodriguez signing off with the Javelina Network.
And the registrar.
Hello CCHS, this is Josue Adrian Manis with Ms. Lizano. And
Good morning.
Good morning. Miss, when do the ACTs and SATs take place?
The ACT and the SAT take place several times throughout a year. Our next ACT exam is scheduled for October the 22nd. The regular registration deadline has passed, however, we have a late registration that will be available till September the 30th. However, students are required to pay a late registration fee for that. And our next ACT exam after October will be December the 10th, and that registration deadline is November the 4th. As far as our SAT is concerned, we have our next test date on November the 5th. The regular registration deadline is October 7th, and the late registration deadline for that is October the 21st. So there's still time to register for that. We do offer fee waivers here at the counselor's office, so if any student feels they qualify for a fee waiver, they can just come by the counselor's office. We'll provide them with a fee waiver, and also we assist all students with the ACT or the SAT registration process.
Okay. When do the local scholarships come in for the seniors?
Local scholarships come in at the beginning of the second semester, usually in the month of January and February. And we start informing students about our local scholarships through our cafeteria announcements. We will also place it on our website, on the bulletins, and most senior classrooms. So I would tell students just keep an eye out at the beginning of the second semester, and you will pick up your application for the scholarship at our office, here at the counselor's office.
How do you prepare students for college?
As far as preparing students for college, we do several things through the counseling department, but one of the most basic things that we do is we monitor a student's academic progress from the time they enter as freshmen to the time that your senior year. We help you with the whole process of making sure that you're completing all your graduation requirements, and that also you're graduating under a plan that prepares you for college.
How important are the ACT and SAT exams?
The ACT and the SAT exams are extremely important. Universities require a college entrance exam as part of the admissions process. We advise students to take either the ACT or the SAT. But we also want students to make sure that they are familiar with the college entrance exam score that is required by the university that they're planning to attend to, and which college entrance exam is required.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Sal, for your time.
You're very welcome.
This is Josue Adrian Jimenez with Counselor's Corner, and you're watching the Javelina Network.
This is Big Box Shenanigans Part 1. Let's go have some fun.
Hi, my name is Samantha Sanchez,
And my name is Jonathan Rodriguez.
and today we'll be doing a day in the life of Coach Diaz.
So, Coach Diaz, what made you want to become an athletic trainer?
Well, to begin, I grew up in Creasville Springs, born and raised. I pretty much played any sport, going up to junior high into high school. I told myself when I had a chance to go off to college that I was going to try to stick, to doing something that involved some type of sports activities. When I graduated high school, I attended the university, Texas State University actually, in San Marcos. And there I was given the opportunity, or actually introduced into athletic training. I knew I wanted to do some type of coaching, and athletic training allowed me to be a semi-coach, semi-health professional, as my title as an athletic trainer would be. I consider myself a coach. I deal with a lot of situations as far as injuries. That's my main priority as far as my job goes. Now, my job entails not only the medical side, but I also have to know a little bit about nutrition. I also have to know a little bit about sports medicine, which relates to the body, as far as how the body reacts to certain conditions, certain factors. And I also like the strength and conditioning side of my job. So I deal with a lot of conditioning and weight training.
Well, that explains why.
So what's a typical day for you?
A typical day for me would be pretty much in the mornings I come in, I prepare myself for the day. I usually have a list of things that I need to do. My first priority in the morning is to head over to the junior high where we have an athletic period for our 7th grade boys. Over there we pretty much just manage any injuries that the boys might have. Right now we're in season with football, so I usually have kids banged up, sprained ankles, bruises, bumps, nothing too serious. When I head back from over there, I actually come back and I start preparing our day for practice. I start filling up some coolers. I start making sure that we're going to have adequate water and hydration on the field. That's most important and my main priority as far as preparation for the day. As far as the afternoon, when I get back into after lunch, I allow myself some time to either see some of my athletes that are injured during our athletic period, and that's when I do a lot of my treatments or managing injuries. It can range from an ice bag on an ankle to doing some type of electrical stim treatment on someone's knee. So it's just kind of a preparation pretty much for the after-school practices. That's what my day entails.
Could we see your office? Could we
Sure.
So now we're in Coach Diaz's training room.
And we're going to ask him a little bit about these two machines here.
So our first machine here, which is our Game Ready, this unit here is a $3,000 unit that we purchased about a year ago. What this unit does is actually has certain sleeves, like for the foot, for the shoulders, and for the knees. And these sleeves are actually hooked up to this line here. And in essence, we use this more as a swelling reducer and pain reducer, because what the unit does, it uses cold water that we store in this little area here. Actually put ice and water in this storage unit right here, and then we turn this on, and this hose actually pushes that cold water into that sleeve that we have hooked up to an ankle or to a shoulder, and it also compresses that extremity or part of the body. So pretty much it's a compression unit, so it's going to squeeze and it's going to push cold water into that certain area of the body. This machine right here is our Chattanooga Intellect Legend XT. It's a big name for a unit that does pretty much anything and everything. This is my first unit that I bought here when I actually was hired 3 years ago. This unit right here alone, with what you see on it, is worth about $5,000. This unit right here allows us to use electrical currents that are actually slowed down and actually transmitted through the body, or certain areas of the body where we hook up our pads to, and it actually allows your body to take that frequency of electrical current and it breaks it down and allows the body to kind of perceive that pain that you feel, because your body, anytime it has pain, it's kind of a chain. It goes, pain from your ankle up to your brain, telling your brain to send pain back down to the ankle. Pretty much what this unit does is allow the muscles in the area where we have these pads connected to is pretty much a relaxation treatment, and it actually puts a little bit of a sleeping, or you feel like you don't have your ankle around anymore, so it kind of just takes the pain away.
I'm Samantha Sanchez.
And my name is Jonathan Rodriguez.
And I'm Coach Diaz.
And this is the Javelina Network.